What's up, everybody? This is Tessa Davidson.
And Tricia Donlin.
And this is
Strong Female Lead.
Ooh, I like that. I like that we harmonized. That was beautiful. Our second endeavor should be a girl group. 1995 was full of them.
What would our girl group name be?
Ooh. T squared.
The TD. The TDs. The TDs. Oh, God, that's corny.
It would have been an interesting girl group of like at our respective ages in 1995.
Right. Yeah, what would our girl group be in 1995? Because the movie that we're doing today is, drumroll, Hillary. Clueless!
Clueless! Oh, what a great, epic film. And I am going to keep calling it a film, even though it's like 93 minutes. I don't care. It just made it. But every second of those like 93 minutes music was video. Perfect. Yeah. Perfect. Timeless. It definitely held up, which was shocking. I remember when I was gifted this movie from my aunt. This, along with, what is the one with Lindsay Lohan and she's switching or trying to get her Parent Trap. Parent Trap. We got Parent Trap and Clueless for Christmas one year. And I was like, what a good year for film. And also, why aren't we doing the Parent Trap? Just as a side note, Hillary.
Clueless, I'm pretty sure I saw it in the theater.
What?
Yeah, so that's where our age difference comes in.
I want to be.
I
was like, oh my God, Mom, please! It's PG-13, but who cares?
Well, I was 13, so I was a little bit older, which is why I was able to see it in the theater. But yeah, no, I do remember. I'm pretty sure I saw it in the theater.
Did you go with like a group of friends, or did your mom take you?
I don't think my mom would have taken me to it. My mom would do these movie reviews. Like, so she would...
Wait, did your mom have a movie review podcast?
Hold on.
Wait a second.
Hold on.
Why is this just going on?
This is definitely being taken out of context, because what I'm trying to say is my mom would read movie reviews before she would let me go to a movie. And this one time she read the movie review for The Cable Guy. And this was in grade school also, maybe around the same year. We'll have to find out when it came out. But I lied to her after she told me that I couldn't go to it because she didn't like the review. So I told her I was going to Flipper because it was showing at the same time at the theater. And she showed up at that motherfucking theater and she walked down the aisle and found me in the second row, I believe. And she like made me leave.
That's like out of a movie.
Wow.
She made me leave. It gets better. She made me leave the theater, but I heard her coming down and saying, Tricia, yelling my name in the middle of the movie. The girl I was with, my friend, just sunk down in her seat. I mean, scared to death. I have to walk out of the movie with my mom, and she told me I was acting like a tramp. I'll never forget, because I don't know if I was positive what a tramp was. And then I looked it up and it just didn't really make sense because I was just seeing a movie.
How did you look it up?
Exactly. I love that you like pulled out the dictionary.
You guys, I probably didn't look it up. I just forgot. I
had to ask.
I forgot that in the 90s I couldn't just look something up.
You had to like go to your encyclopedia or to a dictionary. And
we have the internet.
No. In 1995? No.
Baseline? Not like the Google as it is now.
I'm pretty sure if you had the internet, you had to get your mom's permission, and she definitely would not have let you look up the word tramp on the internet.
When did the internet come out?
The internet being like started to be like a really big deal, like in the classroom, like 1998, 99.
Yeah, because I was using
like
AOL. I was using AIM to chat in middle school. Which was
95 is a little...
It might have been just the beginning.
Yeah.
Like, I remember
I wasn't
games from 1995.
Right.
Loved that. Because my dad worked in IT. So we had a computer in our home, like, my whole life. But we only used it for, like, games. So like maybe the internet...
Oregon Trail?
Not Oregon Trail. Because even at that age, I don't have the attention span for that. Or Settlers. Or any type of game where you have to build a society. Because I have a hard time navigating the society we're in. And I don't want to build another
societal terrain of the...
It's like, I don't care where you're getting your sheep from. Pass. Like,
yeah. Yeah. Or like how many yoke. how many yoke of cattle you purchased or who stole your food.
I thought you were talking about eggs.
But yeah, so maybe I didn't look up
eggs by the yolk.
I'm sure I asked someone. My mom called me a name. She sounded really pissed. What does this name mean? So yeah, so around the time of Clueless anyways, so my mom was not with me. Bringing it back around, she wasn't with me at Clueless. She never would have let me go see it. She would have looked it up and would not. No way. So anyways.
Yeah, I thought it was an interesting gift, rewatching it now, because some of the jokes are a little like, yeah. Like, I laughed at them now, but I was like, I'm sure they just went over my head when I was like...
The use of the word retard? Which only happens once in it, which I was shocked, but oh yeah, Alicia.
She said
that's 90s. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's the 90s. So why did we pick Clueless, you ask?
Interesting question, Tricia.
Interesting. Well, I'm nostalgic as fuck.
I love the 90s.
And the 90s is the greatest decade ever.
Why not just split the difference with 95's biggest film, in my opinion? No one cares about statistics. It was the biggest movie.
One of the best, I would say one of the best rom-coms of all time.
I think so. And I think like it just works in my like reading before the podcast. Like I found out that it's based off the
Jane Austen.
I was like, oh, shut up. I was so mad when I read that. I was like, what are you talking about?
I liked that.
I hate that because that just makes it seem like this wasn't like very original.
Oh, it wasn't authentic.
It wasn't authentic 90s when you're using a template that already worked. And I'm like, ugh. But I still loved it. It doesn't really...
That's funny. I don't even remember the Jane Austen novel, Emma, but I liked finding out information like that, which is sort of funny. And it was directed by Amy Heckerling, and she also did Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Did you see that?
No. I feel like I know the scene where the girl's getting out of the water, and then I was like, I saw it.
Dude, that one had like Nick Cage, Anthony Edwards,
wait a second,
Sean Penn,
Nicholas Cage
Whitaker, Eric Stoltz.
Ridgemont?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
you gotta go.
Time to take a little gander. Nick Cage is my favorite actor.
But his name, what was he billed as? He might have had a different name. It was so far.
Nicholas Cage was billed as...
Oh, yeah.
What?
Mm-hmm. And I think Paul Rudd was billed as something different in Clueless. Mm-hmm. Potentially.
Wow.
Yeah, it was Paul, and then his middle name, Rudd. I mean, nothing crazy.
Okay. Yeah, he dropped that middle name as soon as he got a little fame underneath him. I see you, Paul Rudd.
Well, there was probably another Paul Rudd, right, who was part of the, what are they called? You know, when they sign up with the Guild. The Guild!
Screen Actors Guild.
Yeah. I don't know anything about that stuff. Okay, so let's talk, should we talk about the plot of Clueless? Should we go into that?
Yeah, let's get it going.
Should we play the trailer? Everyone knows it, but should we play the trailer for them?
Oh yeah, for nostalgia's sake, let's play it.
Really good school. Mr. Hall was way harsh. He gave me a C-.
Well, he gave me a C, which drags down my entire average.
Hello? There was a stop sign?
I totally paused. You try driving in platforms.
Oh, should I write them a note?
Ew! Get off of me!
As if. Cher's got attitude about high school boys.
It's a personal choice every woman has got to make for themselves.
Cher's saving herself for Luke Perry.
Cher, you're a virgin? I mean, I'm not prude. I'm just highly selective. I mean, you see how picky I am about my shoes, and they only go on my feet.
Nice stems.
Thanks.
What the hell is that?
A dress.
Says who?
Calvin Klein.
What are you doing? Yo, you're getting on the freeway! Get out of the
You go, girl.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. Whatever. Did I miss something? This big hair back?
Amber, my plastic surgeon doesn't want me doing any activity where balls fly at my nose.
Well, there goes your social life. I'm gonna be a supermodel.
It's a really good line, Stacey Dash.
I know. She got one in there.
Shade.
But I love Amber.
Shade.
Amber is by far my favorite character. I loved her from the minute she stepped on the screen, the redhead.
Amber,
yeah.
Really?
Oh my god, she's so funny. She's just like snide comment. That was me. That is me.
She
Just
has the
snide comment after
craziest-
snide comment. I'm like,
Craziest outfits. There's one point where it looks like she's wearing a full body turtleneck.
dude.
You know what I'm talking about during the photo scene? And then she has the Pippi Longstocking kind of.
I love the hat game in this movie was intense. So many amazing hats, top hats, like those little like fuzzy things for pigtails that were like very Baby Spice. Loved it.
Yeah. God, there was some real good hat game.
Yeah.
Well, the first scene is the Noxzema commercial scene, right? You think you're in a Noxzema commercial, and they're all like throwing beach balls and like kind of hanging out and looking way older than their age, which is fine. We all know.
But at least they looked like they were in their 20s, and I was like, I'll let it go. They didn't look 40.
Yeah. This wasn't something borrowed nature, where they're just throwing in someone middle-aged.
Yeah.
Almost 40. But yeah, true. I shouldn't be a high schooler. It shouldn't happen.
You totally play high school.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, so, all right, so yeah, the after she's like, oh, you think this is a Noxzema commercial? Then they show Cher getting ready for school, and she's like, I'm a totally normal girl, and then she kind of like comes up with some wacky ass plaid outfit, which is awesome.
Cher's closet was automated, and I was like, dreams. Hashtag goals. Even in my adult life, I don't have a closet like that.
No.
Guys, start subscribing. Start subscribing right now. I need a closet.
You want an automated, you want like a computerized situation.
I thought that was the coolest and only use for technology.
But the thing is now, we do have the technology, and I watch a lot of Housewives, and no one has that feature.
Why?
They do not have a feature where they're putting clothes on
they
like
could,
a virtual.
but they could.
They could.
It doesn't exist.
Dude,
because
never mind. Don't subscribe or steal that idea. We're copywriting it.
Oh, I thought you were asking them to subscribe. So
so that we can. Yeah, and now I don't want them to don't subscribe anymore because now I'm going to do the closet thing. So this is probably the last podcast. Excuse me.
Okay, so, but seriously, when she's getting ready for school and then she talks about her daddy, the litigator, and it's just so cliche and how scary he is, and he's like, rah! And then Lucy, their maid, it just like scurries whenever, and she does it throughout the movie. She scurries away from him whenever he walks in the room. It's ridiculous.
I love the oil painting of her mom that she talks to. I was like, that's amazing, and I need one of those also.
She died.
This movie is just goals for me. Goals. I wanted a life-size oil painting of me to be in every person that I know's home, so clear a space. I want to be right here on your wall next to Cafe de Colombia and me. And then you can talk to me when I'm not here. If you ever have to do a secret podcast or I'm unavailable for some reason, probably because I'm designing my closet. I'm busy inventing, then...
So that drawing, there is a caricature on my wall of my father, and Zach's friends were here, and one of them asked if that was Zach. How fucking funny is that? Clearly looks like an older man.
It doesn't look like Zach at all. Does Zach even wear glasses?
Yeah, actually. And he does have a beard. But it looks, I mean, and look how old. Look at the paper. I mean, it's from the 70s. I don't know what they were thinking, but that's where you want your oil painting.
Yeah, just like wall. Next to it. Not, I mean.
See, but I think I'm going to get an oil painting of Sweet D. I'm just kidding. But wouldn't that be awesome?
That would be awesome.
I know people do that. I think my aunt and uncle had an oil painting of their dog.
I have an oil painting of Nola. My parents got it for... My mom and dad got it for Andrew for Christmas, and he'll kill me, but I like to say he cried when he got it. We've settled on he teared up a little bit. He's going to kill me. Love you, buddy.
Right.
It is cute. I'll post a picture on Instagram.
You're streaming, yes. Okay, so we're in her home. We see that she's filthy rich. We get it. Yeah. We're getting the idea. The exposition is strong. Yeah, we understand. And so then she is driving to school, and this is when we get to meet Dion. And there's so many good one-liners in this movie, but I love, here's where Dion lives, and Dion, traipses out in that fucking ridiculous hat, and then Cher's like, she's my friend because we both know what it's like to have people jealous of us.
God, that is my entire life. I resonate with this movie. I really think this is, again, I credit this movie for probably why I went to high school / college and tried at anything. So I thought it was going to be like this. It wasn't.
So let me get this straight. You thought high school was not only going to be like Teen Witch,
but it was also going to be like
somewhere in between. Guys, I was a very indoor kid, so this was what I thought the rest of my life was going to be like. I was like, okay, I'm going to get to high school. I'm not going to get any witch powers, but I probably will make a best friend.
And you're going to...
At that time, I did want a Chevy Blazer, not a Jeep.
I am trying to put together Teen Witch in this and sort of how a combo of that might look.
Louise Miller had money and witch powers.
She had no self-confidence.
And Cher has all of the
self-confidence. She needs a Dion. She didn't have it. Well, she did have that one friend.
Cher has all the self-confidence.
Yeah.
In this.
All of it.
So the main character, you guys all know, Cher Horowitz. And she's the kind of ditzy, blonde, I don't know, Beverly Hills teenager who is kind of superficial but lovable, and her best friend is Dion. And then we meet Murray.
Her dad.
No.
Is that her dad? What's her dad's name?
Oh, yeah. I didn't even give him his name. But
Murray's Dion's boyfriend.
Yeah. Your fave.
I just call him Donald.
Donald, what is it, Layson?
Faison.
Oh, I think his braces were just as important to this film as Ben Affleck's goatee.
His braces?
We're in Chasing Amy.
I didn't even notice that he was wearing braces.
You didn't notice he had braces?
I told you, I'm just in love with him in this movie. He was my boyfriend. At 7, I was like, Donald Faison is the ideal man.
You didn't see any of this. That's funny.
I know.
You know how you think like
Glazed
rose-colored glasses?
over.
People were gonna have a picture of what Tessa thought Donald Faison looked like and what he actually looked like, because he was not really that good looking.
But the glow up, he looks great now.
He is a very attractive man, but he had braces. His pants were down his ass.
I was 7.
You were 7. Did you watch this again?
Yeah, but like my love for him started at 7, so I was like, I don't see it, because like braces weren't a big thing when everyone had braces. I was just like, oh.
Oh my god, I love that. I'm just picturing you watching it. Yeah, and it is sort of like you're still seeing him like you were 7.
Yeah, I was like, nothing's changed. I was like, he's held up great.
And he has like 1,000 children, and he's married to
Jessica Simpson's
best friend,
Casey Cobb.
Yeah. Oh, you knew her name. Oh, fancy.
Ooh.
I have a little familiar connection to Jessica Simpson.
What?
I definitely went to a wedding with her in DC. Shout out to the Line Lovers.
What?
She was lovely. Yeah, she is married to Eric Johnson, who played football at Yale with a very good family friend of ours. And they hang out with them every once in a while. And I was on Jessica Simpson's Instagram page once, and I saw a picture of my family friends, the baby they had. She was like holding Quinn. I was like,
wait, you were in Jessica Simpson's Instagram?
I was on.
You were surfing.
I was looking at it. I was like scrolling her Instagram.
I thought
you were like photobombed a picture.
I was like, stop! We need to actually look this up live. If that's really, you have some very, very good celebrity stories.
I have good celebrity stories. Yeah.
I'm a little jealous.
Yeah, we'll get that on Patreon. We'll post those for our Patreon viewers.
Guys, are you subscribed yet? Did you subscribe?
Oh, wait.
I think you should probably just subscribe.
Exist. Yeah, but you should. Oh, subscribe to the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you should definitely subscribe, guys. Because that way you get to hear Hillary. And she'll talk about, she'll answer questions about the celebrities. Actually, we'll even give Hillary a special voicemail or something. You guys can call and leave messages for Hillary.
Yeah.
And then Hillary will address them.
It's a deal. It's a deal.
That's pretty phenomenal. Okay, so then we slide into the debate scene. And this is the Haitians debate scene.
Okay, like right now, for example, the Haitians need to come to America. But some people are all, what about the strain on our resources? But it's like, when I had this garden party for my father's birthday, right? I said RSVP because it was a sit-down dinner. But people came that, did not RSVP. So I was, totally bugging. I had to haul ass to the kitchen, redistribute the food, squish in extra place settings. But by the end of the day, it was like, the more, the merrier. And so, if the government could just get to the kitchen, rearrange some things, we could certainly party with the Haitians.
I loved it.
It was, you know.
It was A+ logic.
And I mean, it is pretty funny because she's obviously, like, it's sort of on the nose, but, like, she argues like an attorney. It's like a flighty, flaky attorney, but she's taking on from her dad. You know, like, you can tell.
Yeah.
She has to debate everything and negotiate everything. And it's like a theme.
It's more of a, if you're not wrong, you're right.
Yeah.
Than actually there being any substance to her argument, which is the only kind of arguing I think is worthwhile. if you're not right and I'm not right, I'm really right.
And little nugget, she says Haitians, and we all know that is not correct. It just sounds wrong. So even if you don't know the correct way to say it, you just know that Haitians was wrong, right? Well, Alicia Silverstone didn't know, apparently, and so she was doing the scene and pronounced it Haitians, and the director refused to let anyone correct her. And I guess people wanted to, and she's like, nah, let's just go with this. I think that's genius.
I loved it.
Because it added to it.
Yeah.
It made it so, like...
Definitely made my ears perk up. I was like, Haitians? Where are they from?
It's just not right. Who are these?
Was there another country called... well, I guess it would still be called Haiti. But I was like...
From the planet Hatia? Like, I don't know.
Pretty sure it's Haitian.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so then we meet Mr. Hall, and he is the guy from Princess Bride, which I love. Did you see that a long time ago?
Princess Bride is the movie that I keep saying I'm going to watch and then never watch. I know what people are talking about when they say my name is Antigua Montoya, and I just know to say it back. So I'm socially... Yeah, I'm socially...
you know to say it back.
Yeah. But...
I love that.
Again, it's like every holiday movie that's ever been made, I never watch. Anything that's outwardly sad, I just can't. That movie Room looked great. Can't watch it.
Wow.
So, Princess Bride is not a sad movie.
Well, it was in the 80s, so there's my other criteria. I was like, oh god.
Gotcha.
Ugh, that grainy texture to everything, I just can't.
But
Teen Witch was on the heels of the 80s.
Whoa, yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah,
I'm trying to just
pass.
get the logic around it, but it doesn't matter. I don't need to understand.
There's no real logic.
I don't need to understand it. I don't need to.
You just can't have all of the boxes. You can't.
You can't. Okay, so then we go back to Cher's house or mansion, and we meet the adorable Paul Rudd.
Ew.
Ah! What are you talking about? He's so cute.
No, he's not, and that's the creepiest part of the whole movie that I completely glazed over as a kid. Because I was like, I knew that he was like, I thought he was just like a family friend or like the new like first year attorney helping her
weird
dad.
Friend.
But I was like, ex-stepbrother.
Yeah,
that's still family. Yes.
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, weird, but it passes. For me, just in the sense that they weren't married long and they were obviously older, but we don't know.
Yeah, but you
how
still
old
have
they
a
were.
dad-like attachment to my dad.
Mm-hmm. Yes. It's uncomfortable, but not illegal.
Yeah, not illegal. This is like a second cousin type thing. It's like, I mean, genetically you're fine, but...
Uncomfortable, but not illegal. I mean, a lot of fun stuff could fall into that category.
Like what?
Interesting. I don't know. I'm gonna think about it. I didn't have an example. Uncomfortable, but not illegal.
I feel like this should be a search category on like Pornhub.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Or I'll make it one. I'll just keep emailing them. Hey, can you make this? Like,
yes.
How
It
do
could
you
be
get
next to like the Van brothers or you know
yeah, where they like pull up next to a girl and then like do they pay them?
Just banger. Or sometimes they'll have the girls be in, and I've never seen this, and they'll have the girls be in, and they'll like kind of coax a guy into the van.
I've seen like a taxi, and I was like, well, at least that makes sense. You're getting something out of it. It's just like a lukewarm kidnapping, the first scenario you described.
Yeah.
I was like, wait.
Yeah. It's definitely...
Do they let them out? Is that part of it? Is this a murder van?
Wait, like leave them out on the streets?
Yeah, what happens after?
I don't know if there's a clear ending ever.
Oh, okay.
Other than the money shot. I don't know how much, like, the ending doesn't always go
Look,
past
if like
that.
after credits or something, they're just like, yeah, and then she was fine.
Honestly, they're not really that concerned about the plot. Shockingly.
I just wanted to be like clear that like this was staged and not random.
Hillary, this conversation is uncomfortable but not illegal. And Hillary is giving us the, okay. So, all right, so this is where we first see the banter, though, with Paul Rudd and Cher.
Mm-hmm.
Paul Rudd with Josh. And he's like a little, I'm like, enough with the Amnesty International t-shirts and the black turtlenecks. Like, we get it. I understand. But, you know, they hate each other. It's like a brother-sister thing. So that part is a little, you know,
again, gross.
But that's when she decides that she needs to get better grades. Does she decide
well, she
then,
gets a
or-
report card, and then she's
And
like,
her
I can't show
dad
this to my dad.
Yes.
And then her dad asks about it, and then she's like, oh, I gotta fix this. I'm gonna negotiate.
Yes. And so she decides, rather than trying extra credit or maybe just doing more work, she's going to negotiate her better grades. And she says that she's done it every other semester.
Mm-hmm.
I believe her.
Yeah.
I believe her. So that's what she does. She gets the better report card. And actually, did you read? I paused and I read the report card, and there were some funny things on it.
No, what did it say?
There were just a bunch of things that were like not good, didn't do anything, but then you could see that the grade was switched. But then there was geometry, and it said nice shapes. I was like, that's so funny. Because that kind of stuff, like for movies, that's just so funny. They just put whatever on it. They don't think you're actually going to look at it. And I thought that was a nice little...
I like that one, nice shapes.
shapes.
God, geometry was like not easy.
She got an A in geometry, nice shapes. So
I was like, is that kind of suggestive? I was like, what was she doing? What? Cher.
Ooh. But Cher wouldn't do that. She's pious.
Pious?
Wait, what? What are we talking about?
I was like, oh, what were you flirting with the teacher?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, she wouldn't have slept with the teacher or anything because she wasn't.
But she's
doing
not
that.
a great negotiator, also.
Is that what pious means? Not having sex?
I don't think so.
I think it's a little deeper. I think it's
I
more
thought it meant, like, truthful.
conservative. Does bias mean? Let's get the actual definition.
Oh, wait.
Hillary.
In spiritual terminology, it's a virtue that may include religious devotion, spirituality, or a mixture of both.
Okay,
So you, like Mary Magdalene was. Well, not her.
No.
I was like, wrong Mary.
No, she wasn't. Wrong Mary.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I love it. Okay, well, so no, she wasn't pious. I just didn't use that right at all. Thanks, guys. So, okay, where are we? I mean,
So she's scamming, getting these grades, and then she comes up with this excellent plan to set two of her teachers up because they're both desperate and old. So they obviously belong together. No other qualities taken into consideration.
this is sort of like when people say, and this has happened to me before when I was single, are you single? Oh, I know someone else who's single. Boom. You guys just need to hang out. It's like if someone likes this person and then they also like you, and they're like, you guys would work out well together. And it kind of sort of reminded me of this where it's just like, well, you're single. Go together.
Well, you're old and gross and have no options, so.
So then they lie though. And eventually this lie is going to be found out, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a little sneaky for my taste. Like, you're full-blown writing love letters that don't exist. That's crazy.
Oh, I would totally do that.
You would do that?
Oh, 100%. If there was some sort of scenario where I needed something, and I could only get it, my only obstacle was your sadness, oh, I would write the letter. Like somebody else's sadness, like, this has never come up for me, but I think it's also because I got these two movies at the same time, The Parent Trap and Clueless. that I really just thought that there was like nothing wrong with setting people up
against their will. It's pathological.
But it's all making some connections now, saying it out loud. Like, if you have to set someone up, then set them up. It's for their own good.
Like, it's not. It's based off of false pretense. They don't even necessarily like each other. They just like that the other person likes them.
Well, isn't that more about you than the other person or me? That you're like willing to go along with anyone who shows you any sort of attention?
But it's not right to stir it up.
I think
this is where my voice. This is where I can't even understand my voice.
This is one of those wrong but not illegal things.
Uncomfortable but not illegal.
I think it's a gray area that I'd like to stay.
That is perfect. Oh my God! Throughout the rest of this recording, if there's anything that's uncomfortable but not illegal, make sure, and please, listeners, post some things that you enjoy doing that are uncomfortable but not illegal.
I feel like we're gonna get like a bunch of people like wearing not wearing shoes in like a McDonald's or like no shoes on a plane. It should be illegal.
That should be illegal.
It's disgusting.
No shoes on a plane is awful. Okay, so she sets up the teachers.
Yeah.
They fall in love. They're happy. She gets better grades.
Everyone wins.
Everyone wins. Oh yeah, and yeah, because we already talked the report card. But yeah, so everyone wins because even the other students get better grades, and so everyone is cheering for Cher when she walks out into the lunchroom, and she's like, you know what? That actually felt really good.
Being applauded.
But I think that was where the seed of like seeing how happy they were, it was icing on the cake at least, right? So then enter Ty, played by the incredible Brittany Murphy.
I love how much you love her.
I love her. I loved her in everything I saw her in. Everything. I thought she was one of the best actresses of our time. Truly, in terms of like that age bracket.
Yeah, I really like her as an actress. And I really admired the roles that she chose. Like she wanted to be an actor.
Yes. She was like an actress, she was an actor.
Yeah. I mean, just the variety of things that she was taking, I was like, well, that's somebody, in my opinion, who like likes their craft. Not as just, I want to be working. Which, I mean, if that's your livelihood, I totally understand that. But like, I don't think I could be like, Brittany Murphy plays this type of character every time. I mean, she did do quite a few rom-coms, but...
And also kind of Crazy Girls, but she was good at it. And I mean, did you see Girl Interrupted?
No. Again, outwardly sad.
The chicken. Do you remember?
No, I don't remember.
So in Girl Interrupted, so that stars Winona Ryder and Angelina Jolie, and those are the top billed. But enter Brittany Murphy as another patient in this mental institute, and she has an addiction to Clueless and chicken, and eventually does kill herself. Clueless, like a laxative. So she has like an eating disorder situation.
And chicken.
Well, so she'll overeat chicken, and then she'll use a lot of laxatives. She ends up hanging herself after Angelina Jolie bullies her, but she is obsessed with chicken, and it's dark as fuck. And it's so good, though. She's so good in it. If you haven't seen it...
I just love her in that movie where she's like, I'll never tell. And I was like, I love you, Brittany Murphy.
Yeah,
I love you.
I'll never tell. Is that Don't Ever Tell?
I think it's called like Don't Say a Word.
Don't Say a Word. Yes. Is that the movie I'll Never Tell? It's starring Brittany Murphy.
Yeah, I tried to see the guy in that one.
Michael Douglas.
I was like, the one with Zeta Jones. Yeah.
She's so good. So, weird thing about Brittany Murphy that I know you don't know, and I think Hillary does know, is so she died just like kind of mysteriously. They did a toxicology report, and she had some medicine and some drugs in her system, but like all prescribed, but that doesn't mean they weren't abused. But they thought it was a combination of like, oh God, what was it? Like she had pneumonia, and maybe there were, I'm going to get this wrong, but basically it was just, she was too young to die that way. Some sort of infection or drugs, and then they thought maybe it was mold, and then fast forward 3 months later, and her husband dies in the same way in their house. Yeah. Weird.
Yeah.
So, go figure. I thought maybe he killed her. Then when he died, that was weird.
Yeah, like
that was like maybe her mom killed both of them.
That doesn't mean he didn't kill her because he killed himself.
You're right. You're right.
Okay, it's time to call up the ladies from My Favorite Murder and just get the dish on what is going on in the Brittany Murphy. It's like...
I know. R.I.P. and that Lifetime movie about her, that was sad too. Okay. So Ty... Yeah, so she's Ty. She's the character Ty, and Cher decides to take Ty on as a project because she wants to help her.
So bitchy.
It's so patronizing. They don't even give her a choice. And poor Ty, I mean, she just doesn't know anyone.
She's new. Is she the one who's supposedly from Chicago?
She has a wicked accent in the movie, right?
Yeah, and I was like, okay.
She asked if she could have some herbal refreshments, and they're like, oh, well, I don't have any tea, but we do have some Coke. She's like, no, you guys have Coke here? Well, it is America. I love those those conversations that they have where they're not talking about the same thing. That is always a go for me. Can you imagine someone saying that to you about cocaine?
Yeah. I feel like people have said it.
Oh, because she has a troll on her t-shirt. That I noticed. That was amazing.
I did love that.
And your girl Amber has a good one-liner there because they're at gym class. What does she say?
Something like, Coach blah blah, my doctor says I can't participate in any sports that have balls flying towards my face. Nailed it. Nailed it. Why is Amber so underrated? She's got bars.
She is underrated, and she does have. Then she kind of gets
kind of disappears for a while.
Well, because she's hated by them, but friends with them, so it's a definite frenemy thing.
Yeah.
Right? Because they don't seem to like each other.
Yeah. The
but
OG.
She's there.
The OG frenemy. Is this a prequel to Mean Girls?
Ooh, it is a frenemy. Ooh. And I like what she says to Ty when she's like,
She could be a farmer in those clothes.
I'm like, God, the inflection. It's genius. Oh, God. Okay, so then Ty meets Travis Birkenstock.
Heir to the Birkenstock
fortune. Ridiculous last name. I mean, I love it. I love Birkenstocks, but I'm like, that's a little on the nose, people.
Were Birkenstocks a big thing back then?
Yes.
Really?
And it was the hippie thing, the druggy thing, the whole, I mean, it was just it was dumb.
It was 90s grunge, too, I think.
Grunge. Yeah, maybe not hippie, more grunge.
Interesting.
I loved him, though, and they bond over Marvin the Martian, and she did her the cute little drawings. Oh, God. Okay, and
then they go to that party.
Party scene. I think it's epic. There's a lot going on in this party.
Yeah. Well, I don't remember anything about the party. I just remember I just remember when they're standing outside ready to leave and they just keep switching the girls back and forth, and I was like, I hate everything that's happening. He's like, Cher, go with blah, and Ty, go with me, and then
that's
they just keep
all you remember
doing
from
that.
the party?
Yeah,
This is the infamous where she gets hit the rolling. Well,
Oh.
she gets. I don't know. Oh yeah, they're singing to "Rolling with the Homies," and then the one girl kicks up her clog, bringing back the Birkenstocks, and it knocks Brittany in the head, and then she passes out.
I did forget all of that.
You were so young when you first watched this. Even though you watched it again.
Watched it a couple of days ago.
I'm trying to cut you some slack. I'm like, you were just such a bitty.
Just a tiny little baby.
You are 31 now, and you were 30 when you watched it.
I was 30 when I watched it.
So.
Oh, right. I didn't even get that. Eek. I'm a little
My
slow.
mind is gone in the day since I've been 31. See? It's happening. It's all downhill.
Because now you're not just forgetting what we talk about on this podcast, you're forgetting the entire
experience. I don't know what's happening.
So Tessa has told us that And I do. I mean, I feel this way. This happens to me too. But more so for Tessa, where it's just like, this didn't happen. It's sort of like a 51st date situation where it's really just, she's like, I don't even, what podcast, what did we say? Did I say that? And now when you're editing, it seems like it's a different person.
I am constantly asking, who said that? But who said that? I don't know. I don't remember anything.
Wait, just throughout life? But who said
throughout
that?
Life, I've got a great memory. Just for some reason, like, I feel like because I'm like, I'm not
stuff?
like...
Are you in performance mode?
Maybe it's improv. Maybe improv broke my mind.
Because why would you remember improv? It seems like it's just a panic-stricken moment of coming up with something with like no chance to edit, just like free-falling. Seems like hell to me.
You're free-falling with 5 other people. But yeah, I don't know why. Every time I listen to the podcast, I'm a new listener. You may as well. You could tell me that like I'm not even in the episode, and I believe you. I'd be like, oh, they did, like Hillary and Tricia recorded without you, and I'd be like, oh yeah, they totally did. I don't remember any of this. I vaguely I remember watching Chasing Amy.
Yeah, you really did remember that one because maybe it's hatred that fuels your memory. But joy is
joy. I'm just like dime a dozen.
Tell us a little bit about Ty and
Elton, the switching
and Elton and like what's going on with that.
It was so disgusting. So Brittany Murphy, Alicia Silverstone, Cher, has to go home. Her dad calls her and he's like, Cher, you need to be here in 20 minutes. And she's like, but I'm in the valley. And the dad's like, I don't know why I'm giving you the exact play-by-play. But then the dad is like, if you're anywhere in LA, you can be home in 20 minutes, which doesn't make sense. But that reminded me a lot of something my dad would say. Because he would always think we were like one town over and we would be in Chicago and he'd be like, be here in 20 minutes. And I'd be like, But then they also went to bed like super early. And as long as we beat my dad home, my dad got home at midnight. As long as we beat him, we would just pretend like we've been here the whole time. We're like up getting just a glass of water.
Oh my God. The saga of sneaking in. Been there, done that. No, it's not uncomfortable. I was going to say, is that uncomfortable yet not illegal? But no, it was just
breaking and entering?
Just not waking my mom up. My mom, basically what I would have to tell my mother is that I would sneak in, and usually intoxicated, and then I would just tell her that I said goodnight to you. I popped my head and I said goodnight and we spoke. You don't remember?
So you flip it on your mom. You start
gaslighting.
You start gaslighting your mom.
And then I'd go to bed and she'd be like, Tricia, I don't remember you coming in last night. I'm like, no, you must have been really tired.
Maybe convinced your mom that she was the one drinking.
What? I think she just thought that she forgot about it. I think she thought that she forgot things. Maybe you're my mom. So maybe you're my mom. And we
wait a second. What haven't you been telling me?
You've just forgotten this whole thing.
I've been here the whole time. Like,
You've been here the whole time.
Sleeping Beauty. I'll just wake up a year later and you guys are just going to tell me you guys are going to fire me from the podcast and then just be like, oh no, you were there.
So Elton and Cher. So they're friends.
Super hot. But what is that guy's name? Jeremy Sisto.
Ew.
10.
Ew.
Super hot.
I hate him.
We have such opposite taste.
And that's fine.
Is that Jeremy Sisto's name?
I hate his voice. And the fact that he likes the Cranberries pissed me off because I like the Cranberries. I don't like him singing the Cranberries.
They were a big thing. They really were. They come up a lot, just like in life, the Cranberries.
Oh, yeah. But so he is into Cher in this movie, but she wants to set him up with Ty, which is why all that business happens at the end of the party.
Like, oh, it's faster if you take, La Brea and like.
And then we have another one of those icky pre-Me Too moments, which are just oh so common in movies. But basically, he attempts to kiss her over and over aggressively, and this is, and we're gonna have to talk about some of the SFL moments, but this is a big one for me, is when she just shuts him down. She gets out of the car. Then I'm sort of shocked that he does take off the way he does, which is real shitty. Come on, baby, you're only hurting yourself. I don't like him. Ew.
Oh wait, I don't like him in the movie. I just like his face.
Oh,
I should clarify.
That's uncomfortable.
Total asshole.
Uncomfortable, but not illegal.
Sexual harassment is illegal.
No, that you like his face.
Oh, yeah, that's not illegal.
A sexual harassment is illegal. Actually, what I do for a living. Not sexual harassment.
Wow, Tricia, give us some tips.
Okay.
But I like this. That was one of my favorite scenes too, and I really like that she said it was. This is sexual harassment. She said it kind of flippantly, but I love when women like say what it is. This is a clear example of what it is. Like you can't say you've never seen this before because she's calling it out, and that is what sexual harassment looks like. Textbook.
Yeah, it was bad.
And then she gets robbed.
But we didn't mention him, but she was into this guy Christian, right? Yeah. And so, but he ends up being gay, and that's a whole thing. It's kind of funny, but it's not like the greatest.
I just like it how, I mean, they had so many ways of saying gay. Thanks to, what's his face? What's Dion's boyfriend?
Oh, Disco Drawing Starzan Ticket.
Yeah.
Streisand Ticket Holden.
What is it? Friends of Elton was my favorite.
Friend of Dorothy.
Yeah.
Those were fun.
And I was like, okay, you have so many ways to say gay. But I also like that it wasn't up for, like, discussion. There was no, like, value statement placed on the fact that he was gay.
Right.
And I was like,
that was
1995 LA! Like,
that was progressive for its time.
Exactly. And I was very appreciative. I was like, look at,
oh my God.
Look at fucking Clueless.
We're going to have to look at when Chasing Amy came out versus Clueless. Oh boy, this might prove your point for sure that there were other movies out there that handled it differently and in a more positive, like they didn't have the homophobia.
1997, Chasing Amy.
So it was definitely less, like they were kind of laughing about it, but it was less homophobic because then it wasn't an issue at all with anyone that he was gay.
Oh, the black character?
It wasn't an issue that Christian was gay.
Oh, Christian. Sorry, I thought you were talking about Chasing Amy still.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
Back to Clueless.
Yeah. Clueless. So, okay.
Yeah, I loved that it wasn't an issue, and it was just like, oh, he's not an option for me.
Right. But then they're shopping, and after her
I was like, okay.
Her near-death experience, then Ty has a real weird experience at the mall.
Yeah.
Where the guys are holding her and just like hanging her over the ledge, and then she, in that experience, kind of like develops some newfound like confidence and kind of cockiness and fame, and so then she usurps Cher in her popularity, and then Cher gets really sad and then decides that she wants to be a good person, and then falls in love with her ex-stepbrother. I mean, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, that's pretty much the end of the movie.
So who are the strong female leads?
I think that every woman in this film was a strong female lead. I don't think there was a woman in, well, maybe, nope.
Well, but, so what's our qualification? Top Billed, has their own agency, and are affected by the plot of the film. So that would be Cher. Is I mean, how affected by the plot? Like, Ty is more of an SFL to me than Dion.
I mean,
even though she's kind of like an underdog and all of that, but in terms of a character,
I mean, I feel like Dion is definitely a supporting character, so I mean, to call her a lead would be a stretch. In that, like, the movie is from Cher's perspective,
right?
So I guess in that respect, maybe not so much. But she does have so much of her own agency, even though she's like with Murray. She's like always ignoring him, and always like, sometimes she's like, I don't want to say she's accepting what he's saying, but I think that she understands that it's a joke. But when she puts her foot down, she puts her foot down. So I like those things about her.
I guess I just don't think she's a lead because she's not really impacted that much by the plot.
She's not. She's definitely a supporting,
you know what I mean?
character.
Like she doesn't have any sort of like arc.
Yeah.
But I think Ty and Cher for sure. I think Cher just in her confidence, man.
Yeah.
And just
Cher
her
definitely.
like shutdown of certain situations and things that make her mad or uncomfortable or any of it. Even when she's being mean, and she is sometimes where she's just kind of like blowing someone off or that kind of thing. But actually, no, I take that back. She's not being mean. We're kind of made to think that someone is
just
a
like
woman
her
is
being
mean
dumb.
for doing
like
that.
she just isn't have interested in line with
She
yours.
isn't interested, and she's not pretending like she is.
Yeah,
I like that.
If she was like into Dungeons and Dragons and should be a nerd, like
right.
No, she has an interest. Oh no, women with interests.
And it happens to be shopping.
Yeah.
And it's fine.
But she looks great. She's doing great at it.
That's her interest.
Yeah.
And I love when she shoves that guy. I mean, it doesn't always have to be violent or anything, but when she shoves that guy off of her in the very beginning.
Yes.
Ew, get off of me. Ugh, as if.
Love
And
it.
who else? I mean, it's really... Okay, so what about Ty? What about her? Do you think she has a good SFL moment?
For me, no. I think, like, for me, Ty and Dion are, like, the same. Like, they have 2, but not 3.
Interesting.
If we're, like... Because the movie it's Cher's movie.
Yeah.
So, like, it would be very hard for them to have 3. I definitely think she was affected by the plot, but I couldn't pick out an SFL moment for Ty. I think she's very much pulled along by the plot, but not nothing she does affects the plot. Things are, like, happening. I don't know. I feel like she's more a plot device than a character. Because she only exists to be in opposition to Cher.
Right.
To usurp Cher. Because we've already decided that Dion is the friend.
Right.
Unless it's like a Khloe Kardashian, Jordan Wood scenario, because that shit has been giving me life.
Okay, so guys, thank you for sticking with us in this episode. Yeah. We're having a good time. Find us on Instagram at strongfemalepod, Twitter at SFL_Chicago, and you can find us on Facebook by just searching for Strong Female Lead. And we want to hear what you think of this movie and share. And where were you when this movie was out? What were you doing? Were you making out in the movie theater, or were you like 3 years old like Tessa was?
7.
Or did you think Donald Faison
was a total dreamboat?
Or do you think
Paul Rudd is
gross?
Is a creeper.
Tell us what you think, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Her life will be better because of me. How many girls can say that about you?
Mentos better, Mentos fresher. Fresh goes better with Mentos fresh and full of life.
Mentos, the fresh maker.